Today in Granny's kitchen we're going to make Apple Frushie, which is more or less a Scottish apple tart. It's a very crumbly pastry, it's quite like shortbread. And the ingredients for this, for our pastry first of all, is 7 ounces of plain flour. We're going to have 4 ounces of butter, and this morning I'm making it with plant-based butter, 2 ounces of caster sugar and 1 egg. And there's no milk or water in this. Now, give your hands a good scrub before you start, because the first thing you're going to do is add your 4 ounces of butter to your 7 ounces of flour, and you're going to rub that in like fine breadcrumbs, similar to what you would do when you're making scones. And it doesn't matter if there's bits of butter kind of hole through this, because it adds to the shortness and crumbliness of the pastry. Okay, so just working that through till it's roughly like fine breadcrumbs. Once you've worked that butter into your mixture, you can add your 2 ounces of sugar. Obviously, it's going to be a sweeter pastry. Just keep rubbing that in. And then we're going to add the beaten egg. Again, it's your hands that are doing all the work here. I'll just bring some flour over onto my pastry board. I'm going to work that egg in. And you may think, gosh, it's really quite a difficult dough to work with, and be tempted to put in some milk or some water, but don't do that. Okay. The pastry will be easier to work with once you've let it rest in the fridge for about 20 minutes or so, really. So what I'm going to do is just turn that out onto the board and just work that into the flour that I've scattered here. And I'm not going to overwork it because I want it to be really short pastry. So you can either wrap it in cling film or just place it in a bag, put it in the fridge to rest for about half an hour. And while that's resting, we'll go and prepare the apples. I'll pop this in the fridge. Now, when I'm making apple stuff, I tend to use eating apples rather than cooking apples, because then I need slightly less sugar. For this recipe, I'm going to use 4 Cox apples and 4 Braeburn apples. For each of them, you're obviously going to peel them, and we're going to core them, and we're going to chop them quite finely. So I'll just show you what I mean just with 1 apple first of all. Half them. Better to half them before I core them, because it makes them a bit easier to core. And obviously just cut off any little bits there that you don't need. Okay, so just, you can slice them if you wish. I prefer to cut them down a little bit further. So with each slice, maybe just chop those into about 3 pieces. It just makes them easier to cook. Of course, we have to do that with all 8 apples. Have your pan ready so that you can just pop the apples in there. Don't worry about them discolouring a little bit to begin with. They'll be fine once they're cooked in the apple juice. If you're bothered, you could add your apple juice at the moment just to keep them covered. Okay, so we're going to be adding some corn flour and honey and sugar to that just in a moment. So just work your way through all 8 apples. We've already chopped all our apples, and we added about 300 ml of apple juice, and I'm now going to add a teaspoonful of cinnamon. Just make sure it's a level, don't want to overdo it. So I just sprinkle that in over the apples. A couple of ounces of sugar. Again, if you're using cooking apples, you'll need so much more, but 2 ounces is probably enough for this. And I've got this on a medium heat, just until the apples start to break down and the juice heats up. Now we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of honey, which means we can reduce the amount of sugar. So 2 tablespoons of honey, and I'm using acacia, A-C-A-C-I-A, honey. So we're just going to heat all that up, and as soon as it starts to bubble, we will add in a tablespoonful of corn flour that's already been mixed in a little water. And that's just to give a little thickness and glazing to the liquid for the apples to cook in. So while you're doing that, make sure your oven is on at 180 to heat up. Okay, once that apple mixture is bubbling, just add your corn flour and just give it a stir around, and basically it just thickens that up a little bit. Right, then leave the apples to one side for cooling. I'm just going to pour them into this large dish for cooling. They don't need to be stone cold, but it's quite nice. You can actually see the kind of nice glaze that you're going to have over the apples. Keeps them very succulent. And we'll go back to our pastry. Okay, hands are scrubbed again, ready to work with the pastry that's been resting in the fridge. Flour on the board, and we're going to roll this out. Now, it will be very crumbly, so don't worry. You won't see it anyway when it's covered in apples, but it's what you want to do is keep about a third of the pastry aside, because you're going to make lattice strips along the top. And with the rest of the pastry, that's what you're going to roll out for the bottom of your flan dish. And again, it's very, very short because there's no liquid other than the egg in this. So it's going to be more or less like a shortbread mixture. So make sure your board is well floured. These silicone boards are ideal when you're rolling out pastry or making scones. They're really handy. Again, it can be fairly rough, don't worry about it. Right, I'm just going to put that over there. Could have been better, but never mind. If it breaks, just flatten it down and glue it together with your fingers. It's fine. As I say, it's very, very short. So if there's bits that you need to borrow to press into the sides, just do that. This is maybe a rather large flan dish. And if you wish, you can prod it with a fork, but you don't really need to because the apples will cover all of that. So with this bit, we're just going to roll this out to make lattice strips of pastry along the top. So it's not a very pastry heavy dish at all. It's very light and very short. So I'm just going to roll those out, ready for the lattice strips. Okay, with the pastry case, we're going to take our apple mixture, and I'm using a slotted spoon because I don't want too much liquid in it, but I want the nice coated apples. And basically your oven's heated at 180. I'm going to try and do a kind of lattice along the top. Just neaten up those edges a little bit. And again, it will probably be a little bit rough, but I don't like too much pastry. If you've got bottom pastry, you don't really want lots of pastry on the top. I mean, if you wanted a top pastry, obviously you would need to just make more mixture. Now, obviously be careful when you're brushing this very lightly, just with a little of the egg, just to give it a nice coating at the top. And it's quite an alternative Burns night dish. I usually make sherry trifle, which is also on the channel. But this is because it's winter and it's cold, we decided we'd have this instead. Okay, right. I'm going to pop it in the oven for 30 minutes.